right, everybody, we are live, we are ready, and we are here. Welcome to episode 3 of season 3 of Rotate, the game show that's always got you circling back for more. Contestants, welcome, and let's go down the gambit. Let's introduce each one. Dudes, I'm gonna start with you. We got the host of Copa Malados. We got the caster reigning from the Sam region that's getting better and better every season. Dudes, I'm expecting you to be at your best this episode. Are you ready?
I'm trying to be ready. I was talking to these guys before we started. I still didn't get the switch to speaking English instead of Portuguese, so maybe I'm gonna have a little delay to talk, but I'm trying.
Well, we gotta talk Hail Monkey Man. This guy doesn't just cast Rocket League, not just Valorant, not just Roller Champions. Mind you, we've casted all of those together. He just casted Halo this morning, hours and hours ago. Hail Monkey Man, you've been up for hours, but you stayed up for this event right here. Are you ready to go?
I mean, it's got to be the thing that completes my 13-hour day. I don't have a full day of esports and game talk unless I go 13 hours. So yeah, we're at the latter end of my caffeine spree, but you know I'm here for it. And Pyro, I just can't miss that. I'm doing another one of these rotations with you, man.
Whoops you, the spiciest of them all, the hottest of them all. Look at this dashing fellow with the sweet sultry voice that comes from none other than Whoops You Gaming. Whoops You, welcome to the channel. Are you ready to rotate?
Yeah, of course, Pyro. I'm always ready to be here. Excited to be here as well. Dudes, dudes, I'm sorry, man. I can't speak English either, so don't even worry about that. So I promise you, just give us some spicy takes and some good takes as well. I guarantee you do just fine.
All right, beautiful. Well, you guys are ready for the takes. I love to hear that. And I've got points ready to award each and every one of you. So draw your eyes to the shared screen. That is... oh, a goal explosion. Look at this lovely goal explosion. Look at the beauty before you. The comment to agree or disagree on here, folks, is very, very simple. The comment is, I would main the Atlantis goal explosion. And in general, thoughts on the Rocket Pass this season. Dudes, congratulations, buddy, because we're kicking it off with you. Agree or disagree?
Okay, so I disagree because I'm kind of doing a protest about the change of the map. Just putting some grass in the floor doesn't make the map great. So for me, I'm not gonna use anything that is related to Aquadome and probably not gonna use for the rest of my life. Also, the fishes show it from nowhere, so this is a fail in this goal explosion. So for me, this is the error in this explosion.
Wow, errors, failures, and dead fish. That is all I hear out of Dudes here for his first answer. I mean, he's coming in hot, Hail Monkey Man. Are you coming in hotter? Agree or disagree? You would main this beautiful Atlantis goal explosion.
I disagree. I would not main this. I have two things that I've mained since the inception of the game, and it's the one when we still had loot boxes, and that is Inferno and Blizzard. I still have those two. I mained those two. I'm old school like those two.
Okay,
and I did like what they did with this goal explosion. It looks creative. It's nice, but it's doing the same thing that it's always done, and it's just a simple repeat of what we've seen before. I'm not quite boycotting, but I'm also not getting enough time to actually play the game, so that's kind of where I sit. I won't be able to use it anyway.
Rotate on. Whoops you know the question. You hear us talking about it. Give me your take.
This is absolute hot garbage, Pyro. That's my take right now. The whole entire Rocket Pass, hot garbage. I don't know what Rocket League was thinking. I'm gonna come out here guns blazing. They did such a better job with Fortnite, the whole mythical Atlantis, the Greek mythology. You gotta love it, but they missed the mark with this one, Pyro. 100% missed the mark. It's just like Hail Monkey Man said, a rehash, a repeat, just like the same thing they do with the maps over and over and over again. It's like they're rotating the same entire content. If you guys want a good goal explosion, go get Shark Attack and use code PyroJ or somebody else you love.
Whoa, wow. The rotate insertion, the code insertion, and whoopsie, did you say miss the merc instead of miss the mark?
I wish I would have, Pyro.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that was even worth another point, but you're already in the lead by enough of a margin, I think. So we'll stop you there. And well played. I liked the goal explosion, so y'all are just going completely against what I thought. But hey, I mean, you know, that's fine. If that's what you believe, that's fine. Let's move on from cosmetics to the gameplay, the professional series of the game itself, folks. If you've been following along, you'll know there's been a hot debate over whether the boot camp is worth it in RLCS or not. Pictured here is OG Esports, a team who did qualify for the major after boot camping at a local collegiate esports arena. And so they heard the call. They went. They said, sure, we'll boot camp, but so did M80. And M80 did not have as much of a good experience. AJ discusses there on Twitter that the experience could have been better. Not a big fan of boot camping. So contestants, it's up to you to tell me whether you agree or disagree with the following comment. Hail Monkey Man, the boot camp buff, is it real?
Ooh, the bootcamp buff is real for those that need it. It's a placebo. You have a much more standard structure, network, hardware, and even your coaches, your teammates nearby. A lot of people like creature comforts. They like being able to be near all the things that they've set up personally for themselves. But when you get down to it, if you are struggling and a team that ultimately does have talent, getting to a hardened structure like that at an actual bootcamp can be able to elevate their game, maybe finally just get everyone to calm down and actually perform on the day.
Rotate. I'm imagining Hale interviewing AJ and saying, talk to me more about your creature comfort, and him just reacting to be calling a creature. Personally, I'm an introvert. I like my creature comfort too, Hale, but whoops you. Are you agreeing or disagreeing that the bootcamp buff is real?
I mean, I once again have to co-sign with Monkey Man. Once again, the bootcamp buff, in my personal opinion, is indeed real. A team like OG going over there, putting their best foot forward, a team that actually needs some work as well, that really hasn't had the best success. Of course, yeah, they're top 4, but at the same time, they were struggling early on. A lot of people kind of, you know, put a question mark next to some of the teams that they played. So I really feel like the bootcamp buff for them is definitely something that they need to do. And this is a team, by the way, Pyro, who on Bandits on Wheels chose not to take the invitation. They chose to go through the gauntlet and actually qualify as well.
That's right. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, the off-season Psionic sponsored tournament, OG Esports said we could take the invitation to day 2, but now we're gonna go through the gauntlet, and it didn't seem to pay off at the first event, as you mentioned, whoops, but boy, did it eventually. Dudes, boot camping. I mean, this has been a conversation for a while. I want to hear your thoughts. Agree or disagree that the buff is real?
Well, I agree, but I agree only if the team is going to do that for the major, because bringing some scenario here, I was casting for crew this last split, and they were in boot camp in the first 2 regionals, so that kind of messed up their relationship and didn't work that well. And Hero Base did that too, and I think that for us in San, people are more used to playing the major, so they have this little space to work. So I believe that is where I agree.
All right, interesting bringing up the major scenario, especially as we almost didn't have funding for the teams to get to their place early enough to boot camp, but that has been reversed. We are looking a little bit better on those conditions. Solid answers so far, contestants, solid. I'll give it to you, but we've got one more on the agree or disagree train here, so let's just get right to it. Whoopsie, you're gonna start us off here, and to introduce this topic, I want to kick it off with this beautiful image of when you open the game itself. Take a look at this. Dueling Arcade is what Rocket League calls it. 2 extra modes that are in the rotation, but only one will make it based on how much the other performs. They even said in their blog post that if neither is receiving a lot of attention, they'll take them both out and they'll put 2 new ones in. We've seen a lot of changes here with the main menu and choosing different game modes. And whoops you, I want to know from your perspective, this Dueling Arcade, does it improve the extras rotation?
I mean, in my personal opinion, Rocket League is trying to do something to freshen up, what the main menu screen is. A lot of people, especially from a pro perspective, absolutely hate it because they want to hop out of their games and just go right into training or right into their favorite training pack, whatever it may be. Now, as far as this dueling arcade thing goes, I really do feel like it kind of spices things up a little bit. If you like Snow Day, then hey, hop in Snow Day. If you like Rumble, so on and so forth, then hop into those. In my personal opinion, it's a good thing, but at the same time, you got to give the people what they want. You know what I mean? You have to give them Snow Day 24/7. You switch it up a little bit, give them Drop Shot 24/7, even give them as a casual playlist, Pyro. A lot of people begging for that. Why don't you listen to the community and give them a casual playlist?
There's some playlists that aren't even available in a private match. So I'm with you, Whoopsie. The more the merrier. Dudes, is dueling arcades helping the case, hurting the case? What are we doing here with the game modes?
Well, I believe that the arcades I forgot the word, but it just improves the rotation. So I think that it's stupid for Rocket League. Don't put something that I don't know the word, that put a plus in the game, They already not inventing so much, so it's all the same thing every season. So for me, I believe that with more extra things to do, more modes to play, I think we can bring not just the pros and stuff, but the people who just wants to have some casual fun in Rocket League.
Yeah, damned us all if we want to have casual fun in Rocket League car soccer video game. How horrendous. What an awful idea. Hail Monkey Man, what's your idea on the whole dueling arcade thing?
I absolutely despise limited time modes. I am not here for that. No, it drives a false narrative to be able to create a limitation on something that was already there before, because the creativity out of Epic is waning. They've gutted the entirety of their development cell and they're simply not making more. And now they're having people fight each other for content into the game to create something like, oh yeah, it's fresh and new. It ain't. No. And I just came from casting a lot of Rocket Hockey League and they wanted that back. Why did they take that away? That was theirs to begin with, and they just decided to take it off the table.
Rotate. It's having some communities die out a little bit. They're breathing for fresh air, and they're not getting it. Folks, I'm breathing for a new category. I'm breathing for you guys to disagree a little bit. Everybody's stomping on Epic like you've got a hammer and they're just moles popping up out of the ground, okay? I'm going to whack all of you guys if I don't hear a different take here, but solid job so far. First category down. Hail and Whoops start in the lead. So, dudes, you're a little bit behind. What's it going to take to ramp back up to speed here?
Probably a few more lessons of English.
Okay. I feel bad because my ability to say words is not good. So I hope you're not learning from me, dudes. Maybe these other two.
Not me.
Not Whoops either. Okay, you're just out of luck then, I guess. But we're in luck because we got more questions coming up. This next category, folks, is called Hall of Fame. And what this category is going to do is we're going to introduce a list of things. Contestants above have to choose one of those things that does not reach their Hall of Fame, that just doesn't reach the excellency of the other things in that list. Contestants, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You've been here before. Don't know why I'm asking you. Hail Monkey Man, you're going to start off the category here, so let's just introduce the topic right now. The topic is RLCS rivalries. And what could we possibly mean about rivalries? Well, take a look at this. We're divvying up per region. You got your KC versus Vitality. Everybody's wondering who's going to be number one in that region. Your G2 versus Gen G. Of course, you've got your Furia and your Complexity. And then over in MENA, I mean, Falcons, they're stomping roll one, but it's been a close fight throughout the season. These are heated rivalries, contestants. But from you, I want to know which one isn't as heated? Which one maybe is overhyped? Hail Monkey Man, you're going to start us off.
it's actually kind of crazy because this is based on performance, but I'm going to say it's going to be Carmine Corp versus Vitality. I mean, that could be some recency bias, and we've seen that actually go deep into the French trenches back in the day, but I'd say that that's actually been waning. Yeah, we actually just today literally got to see Vitality really push themselves now into a top 4 position going to that major, but I actually don't feel the same amount of heat. NA, we've been pushing for some good G2 and Gen G now recently, but I just see that French quarter dropping off.
Rotate. Wow. The top region in the world, some would say, whoops you, is not meeting the quota, the Hall of Fame of Hail Monkey Man. But whoops you, are you siding with him? And if you do, I might just deduct points.
I mean, I want to side with him because that KC versus Vitality is kind of a coin flip in my personal opinion, especially if you talk about the history between the two teams. But I think I'm going to go to Mina instead and go Falcons versus Rule 1. Everybody knows that Falcons runs that whole entire, division. Rule 1, they're putting up a good fight in my personal opinion, but overall, Falcons 11-6 versus Rule 1. And I mean, right now they're kind of running away with the whole entire region, Pyro. There's nothing to really kind of even debate between them two. But I mean, close second, I would say, is KC versus Vitality. Vitality's definitely doing some good things.
Yeah, yap. We got a timer. It's done. I heard enough. We've got Mina. We've got EU. But dudes, where are you going with your rivalry that's just not hitting your quota?
Well, I will go with NA. Today, I think that the North America region has some of the same we actually saw in the last splits. So I don't think that it's nothing new they're bringing. In some Fury and Complexity coming back, we have the El Clásico again. It's the counting of the soccer, so we don't gotta say anything more than that. MENA is a emerging region, just like Sam, so it's great to see how new stuff they bring into Rocket League, so I really like that. And EU is the best Rocket League we can see everywhere, so I still with NA with the overhyped.
Wow, NA overhyped. Okay, you know what? Extra point for boldness, okay? Because you're bold coming here and talking that it's overhyped when this has been the grand finals, when this has been the match that everybody wants to see in North America. But, last episode, or the first episode of the season, Mocked Fish was the only non-NA contestant, and he won with his EU slander takes. So, you know what? You might be onto something, dudes. But let's keep moving. Yeah. Let's go on. We want to talk about these exceptional things, and we're going to continue to do that with RLCS Legacies. Yes, we've got to talk about it. You see the list up there. We've got some true legends: Rizzo, Turbo, Violent Panda, and Squishy. Squishy, the most recent addition to this list. We love you, Squishy Muffins. But, whoops you. Do you love him enough to include him in your Hall of Fame?
I mean, personally, I think overall what Squishy has done for the game, as far as content creation, bringing new people in, and, just overall the hypeness that he kind of brings around. So many people cheer for NRG just to see him succeed. Same thing with Turbo, easy Hall of Fame right there. And then you could go with, Panda, NA, a voluntary NA staple, you could kind of say. But in my personal opinion, I want to go ahead and go on the ledge here. I love Rizzle to death, love his content as well. I want to say it's a little bit overhyped though, as far as put him on there as far as legacy goes.
Okay, wow, all right, a little bit bold. We'll clip that and ship that right to Rizzo. And
love you, Rizzo.
Yeah, no, we all do. But dudes, where are you going with this one? Because this is a tough one, especially when you include Squishy in the conversation.
Yeah, definitely. And for me, it's more difficult because I am a more recent person integrated to Rocket League, so it's kind of weird for me. But I believe that when you bring a crowd, a cheer for your team, when it's just a person like Squishy did to NRG, I think that is a place that we put him like above other people. So the same thing happened to Turbo when he goes up and forward in his teams. The Panda is exactly the same thing, and I believe that what Rizzo do to Rocket League after he retired is much more than the others did. So I think that everyone here deserves their place, and I would put Squishy in the same place too.
All right, well, I'm minusing one, dudes, because I didn't hear the answer. What is this? Everyone deserves their place. Sorry, but it's a game show, and if you don't play, you're losing points. Hell, Monkey Man, you gotta choose somebody. We got 2 players here from Turbo's Cheeks who can't even make a decent run in the RLCS. They're running away with this money that they're giving them now from Epic. Give us some sense here. Who are you not choosing?
Oh man, okay. Well, Squishy, obviously fantastic. He faded into obscurity. Thankfully, not like Brett Favre and joining the Jets and just doing the wrong thing, but actually just making a statement and retiring. If I'm gonna go with anyone, Turbo and Panda are fantastic. Why in the world is Rizzo even up here? My man is a streamer by just purchase, and he was being up here for a reason, but that is old term Rocket League. In the modern era, he's just completely fallen off, but he's a creator. That's what he's there for now. He's simply here for content, not for actual wins.
Wow. Okay, I did not anticipate this becoming a Rizzo roast session. Sorry, Rizzo, if you end up watching this for any reason, we all prefaced it with, we still love you.
We still love you, though. We still love you.
Yeah. But that's the nature of the Hall of Fame. One just doesn't make it. However, contestants, we're doing something new with Hall of Fame for this last question. Something very, very new. And dudes, you might like this because you have had a hard time choosing one person. This time, you still have to choose somebody, but it's one that the legacy you think will live on to be greater than the others.
So I believe that Akives and Corelli present so much in their casting. I believe there's more tactical opinions, and I really, really like that. And Turtle has a voice that for me is one of the best, but I'm gonna go a little bit with my son Heart that puts Jorby with Fury and that some place there, and I will go with him. I really like Jorby casting, and it's just so emotional to hear them. I actually kind of inspire myself in him, so
okay,
but in Portuguese, yeah.
All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. And by the way, I took Liquipedia photos here that they have posted on their own profile. So, you know, I'm not like phasing out Jorby here as like, you know, totally
That's a good photo.
Yeah, it's a great photo, and it's the one he chose for Liquipedia. But Hail Monkey Man, who are you choosing in the 4 listed here?
So I'm actually going with the guy who is the dynamic duo to one of my favorite casters of all time. I'm going with Achieves. Achieves actually sits well within my heart. He has one of the most analytical minds. He came in with CCA, he came in with Rival, and he also has been able to do coaching with POAB, with Pirates on a Boat. Right. You have a lot of community influence that goes through Jorby. You also have the same thing. Turtle has his own LP, like he's doing music things. But Achieves is actually helping to shape the new future of these rookies that are coming in on teams like POAB, and they are succeeding under his banner.
They are indeed. Whoops you. Who's succeeding that you'll put on your banner of the Hall of Fame? Go ahead and choose one for us.
I mean, this is just ridiculous. Hail Monkey Man's pretty much stealing all my thunder before he even gets to me. I do agree, once again, sadly, with Monkey Man. Turtle, man, doing some amazing things as far as music goes. I love the music. Keep up the great work. One person that stands out to me, though, like he said, achieved such just ridiculous as far as analytics go. I want to try to speed through this, but Jorby to me, once again, just stands out to me. Worlds in Texas, just watching that Furia game, just jumping around, the passion, the desire, watching that in person, Pyro, is just one thing that's just stapled into my brain, and I want to keep that forever.
Yeah, if you need an encyclopedia like decades ago, which were still used, I don't know if Zoomers even know what an encyclopedia is, and you look up passion, I think that video's right there, the digital form of an encyclopedia. We love the passion out of these casters, and thanks folks for flexing a little bit and choosing for us. Whoops you're tired of everyone stealing your thunder, so I have good news for you. For the new category, you're kicking us off.
Let's go.
Folks, this new category is called This or That. And what's happening here is pretty simple, actually. You just have to choose one or the other, this or that. So let's get it going, folks. We're actually taking it to some recent RLCS events. In particular, guys, I want to take it to some goals. So we've had some recent goals up for discussion on which is more mechanical, which is better. And I want you guys to choose one or the other. Let's go ahead and show them off on the screen real quick. So Here we have Daniel's goal. If you haven't seen this one, you
Ridiculous.
don't have a phone or a computer. He kicks it off with that half flip air dribble into the reset. Unbelievable goal. And, I could still hear Lemon Kiwi and James Bot raving over it because this was just exceptional right over Gen G. You also have a clip that Johnny Boy has been hyping up recently. Let's take it over to a goal from Pan, who gets you guessed it, Psycho. Out to the other side. I don't know if it touches the ground. It comes really close. To be honest, I don't think it matters, this being competed here at the professional level. So I'm not asking most mechanical. I'm not asking best. I'm just asking your opinion. Which one are you going to choose? So go ahead, Whoops you. Take us through one or the other.
I'm just going to go ahead and give credit where credit's due. Pan, 100% hats off to you for hitting the Psycho RLCS level. And if it's a no touch, it doesn't hit the ground, then that's absolutely ridiculous. But it has to go to Daniel. How do you not give it to Daniel with just the sheer amount of just pressure that's on Daniel at all times, on G2 as well? And just to showcase it with a backwards flip to start things off and then get the flip reset. And then to use that flip to solidify that goal is just absolutely insane. It just shows how much skill set that Daniel just brings to the table every single time.
All right, this or that, dudes, Pan or Daniel?
I'm gonna go with Pan because the story behind this goal is like amazing. Pan was like in the first regional, has to leave his house in the middle of the regional because is instead of fire or something like that in Chile, he has to exit. So this goal is like amazing to see how much he surprised everyone with a beautiful comeback, and it was amazing to see a Psycho in the middle of the RLCS. I believe that is something like a fail in defense of the other team, but sensational to see the comeback.
It is. It's like seasons ago when we had the Cookser pinch, no one's ready for it. No one was able to block that. Right now people see a pinch coming from a mile away. The Psycho, not so much, but I'll tell you what, I don't see Hale's answer coming. I'm not sure which way he's going to go. So, Hale Monkey Man, let's hear it, this or that.
So I actually got to cast with Psycho down in OCE whenever we were dealing with a team called Big Goose. They were pretty cool, and we got to see a lot of that action down there. But when I really look at these two separate goals, one is a one-touch function prepping for the next one. The other one is full mechanical play and being able to finish it out, especially in a grand final game 3 when your team is about to be in sweep territory. I'm going to give it to Daniel every time. That is a showcase of what NA has been driving for, hoping for, and can now be able to have that momentum going to the major. The Psycho was cool, but it was just a one-touch luck.
All right, well, we're getting that little NA Sam rivalry kind of going here. I can feel it in the game show, and you know what? I want to press it a little bit further. Let's be as direct as possible with it here. I think you see the question, folks, but let's get it right up on the screen. G2 or Furia? I mean, obviously both attending the major as the #1 seed from their region, and you can take it as if they played each other, or how they're looking going into the major, or how they performed within their region. There's just one simple question. Dudes, you're going to be first here. This or that?
Okay. Well, I obviously gonna go with Furia because it's my region. What else I'm gonna do? But besides that, Furia is like winning everything they playing. So the last 3 Latin championship, there was the championship before the RLCS. They win everything and put this amazing team that is Rufinho, Youngs, and Lost playing like, I don't know a word for that. It's like amazing. And I think in this RLCS, they just found out a complexity that put the game together. But after that, the 2 other regionals, Furia always is like smashing everyone. So I think they're gonna do the same with G2 because Furia is like the best.
Oh, Furia is the best. They're gonna smash G2. Hell, Monkey Man, are you with this right now? Are you agreeing with dudes on Furia?
I'm gonna first off preface this. I loved Furia when they fought against Moist. I loved seeing them take them down a couple of years ago. But if they're smashing Sam, you're welcome. Because guess what? They came to NA and then got drubbed. They improved, and then eventually through funding and personnel, they left because they realized that this is a shrinking pot and they had to go take it where it was guaranteed. That's down in South America. Now they're down in the rivalry, the El Clasico, and I'm glad that we get to see it all the time because that was what was missing. But they no longer have to import extra players, and I'm gonna go with G2 all day.
Okay, he's going with G2. Thanks for getting that answer in there, Hale. You almost missed it, I'm not gonna lie, but someone who doesn't miss is Whoopsyu. So Whoopsyu, hit us with your answer.
I don't miss unless I play Rocket League, Pyro. Then I'm missing all the time. I hit things in my purse every single time. But I'm going to go ahead and give you a hot take here. I'm a G2 fan, and I agree with Monkey Man. Once again, basically, G2 is just, I know they're behind as far as the rankings, and not rankings go, but as far as like the head-to-head go. But at the same time, Furia, they had to go back over to Brazil. They had to go make a super team over in Brazil just to, make mincemeat out of Brazil. But at the same time, G2 made their own super team. It's not the same G2 team that this team is going to see. Okay. We have Daniel, we have Beast Mode, and of course, First Killer. We cannot hang.
I'm sorry, who was that last
They cannot hang. They cannot hang, I said.
Yeah, that was Daniel, Beast Mode, and who?
No, I was saying Furia. Furia cannot hang. That's what I said.
I feel like I heard First Killer. Yeah.
What?
That's,
Did I say First Killer? I'm sorry.
Yeah. You meant Atomic, and you meant to not lose those points as well. As his points go down, and as you can see, he's currently muted, forgetting the players that actually compete on this touted super team in NA. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that, and we're gonna keep things moving. It happens to the best of us, Whoopsie. It really does. We'd love to hear what you think about that, but we're not going to. We're gonna move on, actually, to our third and final question in This or That. Folks, this is more of a this or that other one as well. I have three options here, and Hell Monkey Man, you're actually getting us started here. Triple crowns. All three of these teams were awarded 3 regional victories within this split. It was an incredible split for these 3 teams, and expectedly so. I mean, these were top teams that absolutely faced hurdles, but at the same time, right, you got to hand it to them. Only one wins your heart in terms of the Triple Crown story. So Hale, which one wins your heart?
Limitless. It can't be anything other than Limitless. The fact that they defended not just their own crown, but a region. Young Money Clan, get out of here. Cheaters, go away. They were able to take down those bozos as they tried to come in, try to take over SSA, and try to really do that. Nah, they welcomed them. They said, hey, no, we'll still play this quarterfinal and we'll still win. You can't run any other better storyline than what Limitless was doing. I love APAC as well, and I know there's a lot of that, but this is Triple Crown, baby. And they made sure every single time the entirety of SSA was behind them, they were the heroes. And they did it in big fashion. I just wish we'd be able to see them drub YMC again.
Rotate. Almost saw that match, but just didn't make it. Whoops, you made it back onto the show. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. Glad to be here.
Anytime. But I do want to hear this, that, or the other thing for these 3 Triple Crown winners.
I mean, I disagree with Monkey Man this time. Limitless. If you want to talk about Triple Crown, I think Limitless is just sheer domination. They've been dominating for what, a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it's been so far. If you want to go with the heart and the soul, I have to go with Team Power. OCE, Team Power, just in general. Lachlan putting the whole entire region on his back the whole entire time, whether it be content, whether it be making moves as far as teams go, players, whatever it may be. I have to side with Team Power. And on top of that, they're just dominating anybody inside their whole entire region. KCP is the closest one. They have 34 points, Pyro. What is that?
Yeah,
hard second is definitely Falcons.
Rotate. You're not wrong. They are dominating. I don't even think they're KCP anymore. I think they're something that.
Quick Trip.
Yeah, Quick Trip Pioneers. So get your acronyms. Get your players right, Whoopsie. You're on thin ice, buddy. Dudes, you're standing on solid ground. Let's hear this answer from you between the 3 Triple Crown winners.
Okay, so I think that Limitless is playing the best soccer football in his region because there no one else to put a competitive with them. So I think that is not too much here about the sub-Saharan Africa right now. It's still an emerging region. Oceania, I say that like 2 years from now, it's the same thing over and over. I actually compares the Oceania with APAC region right now. So it's not even a comparison with, Sam and Mana. So Falcons is definitely the best team and probably who's gonna do a lot of damage.
Wow, for once we had different answers on the whole. That round of applause. I mean, round of applause, first of all. You guys finally did it. Extra point for everybody, which impacts nothing. All right, well, this is certainly going to be impactful, folks. It is our final category. First of all, congratulations to the contestant for making it this far. And Hail Monkey Man, you're leading the way coming into this final category. I mean, was this expected? Are you going to run away with it here?
I don't know. I'm fearing the plot armor. Whoops, you scared me on socials before this. But you know what? I'm confident either way. I'm here to fight. And, maybe experience is playing into this.
Okay, well, he's got the experience. He's got the gusto. But does he have the right answers? We're going to take it to our final category. And our final question. Dudes are going to start us off again for this category. So here is the question. I want to know, what's your pitch to Devin? A tweet went absolutely viral, and it was a reply on Twitter to the new season. A lot of people were asking on Twitter, hey, where's the new stuff? I mean, dudes, they were saying what you were saying. I don't want just grass on a new field. I want new things. So Devin asked, guys, what do you want? What content are you looking for? And a lot of people replied with things they want to see. So dudes, contestants, what do you want to see? What is your one pitch if you could change one thing in the game or add to it to Devin? And dudes, your timer begins now.
Well, I think that the first thing that I would actually change about Rocket League is changing all of them, because it's a game that is kind of getting in the same thing over and over. So I believe that with the Unreal Engine 5, the stuff's definitely gonna change something. But I'm still worried about what they can invent more in this game, because the stuff they can do basic, they don't do. Putting another game modes in ranked, put some new stuff in the mechanicals of the game. It's just the same cosmetic things in the map, and it's just so boring over and over again.
All right, rotate. I mean, dude says rip it all apart and start fresh. I'd love to say Rocket League 2 is coming, but I think that Unreal Engine 5 job posting was for the thing we already saw, which was Rocket Racing. I'm going to shut my mouth because I'm not a contestant, I'm a host. Hail Monkey Man, you're a contestant. Do you want to give your pitch to Devin?
I've only ever wanted one thing. I want multi-ball. I want multiple balls, and I want to figure out how the ball cam would work with that, because I also want pinball in the game. That's what I want to see, what would happen into this. Being able to have multiple goals go in, and not just, hey, this is 2 goals for blue and 2 goals for orange. I want to see chaos. Like, that seems so cool. You'd be able to have 3 or 4 different teams. You could have a pinball mode. I think that'd be rad. They did it before, not exactly pinball, but they brought out game modes that are creative like that. I just want more.
Rotate. Give this man more. He's asking for it. Whoops, you. What are you asking for? What's your pitch to Devin?
Man, I'm asking for just the bare minimum, Pyro. Give us Unreal Engine 5. You guys been talking about it. You guys been, hinting at it for years now at this point in time. In my personal opinion, they could just go to any creator, whether it be Miss Macho, Lethamir, Rocket Sledge, anybody. Take some of their ideas, the maps that they already have implemented inside this game, the workshop maps, put them inside the game for all of us to play and enjoy. Make them a mainstay for all of us to find easy, like Fortnite. I hate comparing everything to Fortnite, but geez Louise, you guys are gonna invest so much money in that game. Give us some money too, Pyro.
This guy's a Fortnite main, bro. He was probably tweaking because when it was down for hours, he was like,
I was itching.
Yeah, man. You were like Nick A30 when he tweeted, "I'm about to become unfamily friendly." I mean,
I did become unfamily friendly.
All right, cool, the Jets whoop. So we're gonna move on here. 2 more questions here on the Let's Get Spicy. And Hell Monkey Man, I'm sure you're happy to hear this. You're gonna kick us off here. Let's introduce the question as it stands. Let's take it back to RLCS as well, because a certain pro had a certain few comments towards the desk. If you didn't hear, Ixo in his interview with Stumpy in a last EU regional had some choice words towards the desk saying, you guys aren't consistent, and you guys don't even back it up with facts. Is this true? Is the criticism warranted? And people also had some things to say during the EU segment where they had an NA disaster class of clips where it really wasn't looking that good for NA, and it was kind of just a mockery of the game. So is the content all in good fun? Are the analysts doing their job? Or, hey, Monkey Man, is this criticism warranted?
I think criticism is warranted if it's actual criticism. The bit that they did was equivalent to the not top 10. It's Shaqtin' a fool. It's the same thing as having fun at pro level because you know they're great. You know they're gonna do awesome things, and they simply are highlighting the small things. It took hours and hours of footage for them to get a few minutes of little things they did wrong. Now, if they're actually criticizing them, yes, put them on blast. Be able to say, hey, you're gonna highlight us and say that we're like the bottom 10 anyway, so you're bottom 10 as a caster. I like that they bite back. That presents more of that virile just attitude. I want more.
Rotate. Okay, he says bite back. Go ahead. Well, my back whoops you. What do you have to say about all this?
Listen, a lot of people don't see the sheer amount of work that all of us put off screen into some of the research that we do. A lot of the times that, you know, we're over here studying a lot of the films that a lot of these players are playing, especially if they're unknown. And on top of that, if you're unknown, please put your pronunciation of your name inside your bio or something, because for God's sakes, we cannot do all of the work for you. Then you get mad at us for mispronouncing your name. Please put your pronunciation in there. Break it down for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and say the criticism, the back and forth, I do like it. Because of the fact that it does essentially bring forth, like he said, that just that, you know, camaraderie between the two.
Rotate. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. Keep it going. Keep it going. Just try me. Whoops. Just try me.
I'm trying.
What can I say? Ixo's got me pumped up. I'm ready to fight somebody right now. Dudes, what fight are you gonna pick here? We're picking fights against the casters, and I'm talking to casters about it. Are you okay with this? Is the criticism warranted or not?
I believe that is something that happens every time with us in the Sun region. Is like they always think that we are cheering for some team and we are not. So it's not basic stuff. And every time that we are putting our work, we put like, I don't know, just 80 hours before the game. We wrote like, I don't know how many pages of the game they are playing. Myself, I consulting with some coaches in Sam, and always the same ones that they're critiquing us. So it's like really
rotate. I agree. There's work behind the scenes from the caster. Dudes, you know best. I mean, you work on the Sam broadcast. You talk to the coaches. You talk to the players. So interesting from the team here. Very, very interesting. Folks, we're getting spicier. Getting spicier because it's the final spice to deliver. Whoops you. You're going to kick us off here for the final question. And I want to talk crew casts. Come on, you guys are casters, so we've got to at least talk about more casting things. Way back when, if you can remember, we had some tri-casting as a part of Worlds there in Fort Worth, Texas. You can see Shogun, Johnny Boy, and Chiefs having a ham of a time there. Was this a good call? We haven't seen it really at all, if any of it since. Whoops, are you for crew casts making a return?
No, I'm not for it, especially when you go to like a remote setting. It gets a little sloppy, hard to pass the microphone back and forth. I mean, we're all professionals. We all can do it, especially being in a live performance. You can kind of, you know, give yourself some sort of social cues with like finger points or whatever it may be. But at the same time, I'm not a fan of it as far as it gets a little sloppy. We start to pass the microphone around to one another, trying to share the wealth, essentially. It's such a good camaraderie between the two players, or between the two casters, my apologies. Once you start to get, you know, that synergistic feel, when you get like a, you know, Dazarin and a Stacks, or, you know, even Lemon Kiwi, you know, showing up big time as well.
Rotate. That's true. I'm gonna pass the mic to Dudes now for his answer. Dudes, are we doing this crew thing? Should we make it a comeback or what?
Yes, I believe that we should make a comeback, because one of the most watched clips in Sam is this Fury against Moist, and it's like me and two other casters putting like all the emotion, cheering for Furia. Like in this kind of in this casting, we can be like put all our, I don't know, all our emotion, all the stuff that's happening in the game, and you can have someone to commentate stuff for a little brief for the game. You can have an analyst to do everything that everyone is not doing. So is for me is like the best casting mode that happens.
Rotate. All right, I'll give it to you. You gave a couple few seconds there, but Hail Monkey Man, round us out, wrap it up. Try casting, does it come back or what?
I think that it should come back, but Epic has to actually have money for it to come back. 1.7 billion from Disney, that's going to go to the developer and not to this game. But I feel like if we actually have the talent there, it should be an infrequent treat, something that you get as an extra special dessert, and it's some of the most hype that you can even find. I remember talking to Chamako. He does some over into NA as well as Sam. He loves the game when it's pure emotion. I love it when there's some analytics as well as that emotion. I'm the best fan. I'm the biggest fan in the best seat in the house. Having 3 people that can find that kind of nonstop synergy to rotate between is just beauty in motion. So yeah, give it back to me.
Yeah. Hey, 40 bomb right there, Hail Monkey Man. It's all yours. And Hail Monkey Man, at the end of this first segment of Rotate this episode, you have your spot in the finale. Congratulations. 40 points for you, my man. And whoops, you honestly, you would have had it if you didn't say first killer on G2. I gotta be honest.
Hey, mistakes were made, okay?
You lost
Thank you so much.
big points there and gave dudes a chance here. So, folks, we're gonna do what we do best here, which is do a tiebreaker to see who joins Hail Monkey Man in the finale. Teams qualified for major number 1. Dudes, beginning with you.
Furia.
Correct. Whoops.
Falcons.
Correct. Dudes.
Complexity.
That is correct. Whoops.
Cheater. Rule 1.
Correct. Dudes.
Limitless.
Correct. Whoops.
G2.
Correct. Dudes.
Genji.
That is correct. Whoops.
Vitality.
That's correct. Dudes.
Carmine.
That is correct. Whoops.
BDS.
That's correct, dudes.
Power.
That is correct. Whoops.
Quick Trip. I was going to say KCP again. Quick Trip Pioneers.
That is correct, dudes.
OG.
That is correct. Whoops.
Ooh.
5 seconds.
Luminosity.
That is correct, dudes.
Gentlemates.
That is correct. Whoops.
Let's go. We haven't mentioned Apex. Elevate.
That is correct, dudes.
Peace. Okay.
You have 5 seconds.
I'm not gonna remember.
Remember what I said in the instructions.
What?
He's like, what is he saying?
Past topic.
Should we go to the next topic?
Yes.
Next topic.
All right. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, there were no teams left, dudes. There were no teams left. That was impressive. You all got it. And I'm going to give it to the language barrier and go to the next topic. Thank you, Whoops You, for being flexible. This one's very simple. Whoops You, dudes, you are now duking it out for not teams that have made the major. You are duking it out for players qualified for the major. This one's going to be tough.
This is my weak spot right here, Pyro.
Well, good news, Whoops You. Yeah, oh, trust me, I know. Whoops You, since dude started last time, you're going to start this time. Go ahead.
So players from teams that made it for the region?
That is correct.
Let's go with Daniel.
Good. Dudes.
Yanks.
Oh, was that Furia?
Yeah,
Yanks.
Yanks. Got it. Okay. Yep. Correct. Go Whoops.
Atomic.
Correct. Dudes.
Lust.
Correct. Whoops.
Chicago.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Chicago is on Space Station Gaming, and he did not
my
qualify
God.
for the major.
I did it again.
Whoopsie, you are eliminated from the game show off of that
No,
answer.
jeez, let
and
him have
dudes,
another one.
you move on to the finale. Congratulations. Whoopsie. We're going to try again, and I'm going to give you one of the answers, and we'll work off of that. One of the answers is goals. There is a leaderboard for goals and how many have been scored by a player. So that should give you a general idea of what these are. That is one. There are 5 remaining. Hell, Monkey Man, go ahead. Try again.
We were definitely looking at game types. I understand. Saves.
That's correct. Dudes.
Assists.
That is correct. Hell.
Shots.
That is correct. Dudes.
Demos.
Demos is incorrect. The final 2 actually were wins and MVPs. Very, very close. Hell, Monkey Man, that does award you the first point. Tough category, I'll admit. Tough category. We don't often look at the leaderboards. Maybe we looked at them when we first started the game. But since then, it's been a while. We're going to go back to it because guess what? Because of Whoops You, we didn't get far anyway. So
oh my gosh.
It resets completely here, guys. It resets completely. So I know... Dudes, you mentioned some Furia players. You can mention them again if you really want to. Here it goes. Players qualified for major number 1. And Hale, since you started the first one, dudes, you're going to start this one.
So I'm going to repeat the first one. So Yanks.
All right, Hale.
Sphinx.
That is correct. I need to find him. Good. Okay, that's correct. Dudes.
Lost.
That's correct. Hale.
Kevin.
That's correct. Dudes.
Rufinho.
That's correct. Hale.
LCT.
That is correct. 2 teams down, many more to go. Dudes.
July 4.
That is correct. Hale.
Snowy.
That is correct. Dudes.
Sweetie.
That is correct. Hale.
Seiko.
That is correct. Dudes.
Okay.
Rizzle.
That's correct. Hale.
Juicy.
That's correct. Dudes.
Sierra.
That is correct. Hale.
Gotcha.
That's correct. Dudes.
Rizzle.
That's correct. Stand down, dudes. All right, Hale.
Gotcha.
That is correct. Dudes.
Mayfair.
That is correct. Hale.
Tom.
That's correct. Dudes.
Reynolds.
That's correct. Hale.
Smoke.
Correct. Dudes.
Swift.
That is correct. Hale.
Zen.
Correct. Dudes.
Memphis.
Correct. Hale.
Mendoza.
Correct. Dudes.
Fiber.
Correct. Hale.
Alpha. Import.
Correct. Dudes.
Okay.
Correct. Hale.
Latira.
Correct. Dudes.
Ahmad.
Correct. Hale.
Rick. Super Latchy?
5 seconds. That is incorrect. Super
Damn it.
Lucky
Okay.
is not qualified for the major. The other team you're probably thinking of was Torsauce Fever and Banana Head from OCE
Yeah.
Power. So very, very close, but no cigar. Dudes, you survive to the next round. That was intense, boys. That was intense.
good.
Hail, Monkey Man, you are kicking us off here with this category of stats when you're ready.
Goals.
Correct, dudes.
Assists.
That is correct. I just need to find it on my
Long
long list. Correct, Hale.
Shots.
Correct. Dudes.
Bases. It's not bases, yeah. I'll go with MVPs.
MVPs? Okay, that's correct.
Yes, because bases is X's, I think.
That's fine. We're gonna take your answer on MVPs. Hale, Monkey Man, go.
Let's go with demolitions.
That is correct. Dudes.
Certo goals.
Yes, correct. Hale.
High fives.
Correct. Dudes.
Exterminations.
Correct. Hale.
Low fives.
Correct. Dudes.
Let me see. Scores.
Let me
The
find
points, I guess.
Yeah, score points.
I don't mind him having it if
Yeah, you're close, but not quite. It's XP level. I think that's different.
I think that's different than what you're.
Yeah, I think that's different.
He's like the
think so.
account and.
All right, well, I'll give you 3 seconds for a different answer, dudes.
Jesus.
2, 1. 0.
Chris, no, forget about it.
No, that is it. That is it. I'm sorry, score is not an answer. Tried to give you a cop out, but we're going to call it there. Hail Monkey Man, you are the episode winner. Congratulations. Thank you both for sweating in this finale. It is hard. It is difficult. It is tough. And Dudes is also overcoming a language barrier, so you got to give credit where it is due. But Hail, you knocked the regular portion of the game show out of the park, and you come away with a whole chump change and some points. Hail Monkey Man, we'll see you at that finale. And folks, this has been the game show, the live Rocket League game show called Rotate. The game show, it's always got you circling back for more. We'll circle back soon with the finale of season number 3. We're all circling here. We're having a great time, and we'll see you over on the finale. Cheers.